Morgan Della here. Back with another reading. So I'm rereading this because I didn't like it the first time, and Lily Satsuna, my now best friend, has given me some awesome advice. I'm going to try to speak a little bit louder because it's kind of hard for you guys to hear me, so yeah. But I'm also going to have to keep my voice low so I don't wake up my house. So yeah, thanks. So today we are reading Red Feather. It is a Hawks Times reader in my case, but for you guys it's a Hawks Times listener. It is by lazy underscore lazy with 3 Y's. I will link it in the description. And yeah, today's chapter is My House is a Block Away. I'll fly. Please enjoy, and yeah, all credit goes to the maker of this Wattpad. Thanks. Oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck. Ryan, are you taking this cab, or you're, oh damn, if only I eased up on the shots. I had grabbed onto the door of the cab. This one's full, right? Oh, walk home 'cause I'm broke. I started giggling. Ryan, are you sure? One of them said. Who was that? Which one? My friends came as a group, but which one was talking? Yeah, don't worry about it. Save some cash. It's hard to talk right now. I'm not good at multitasking when I'm drunk. They drove off without much more convincing. Watching the yellow taxi cab drive off, I realized I was swaying in place. Fuck. I need to sit down. Get home. Can I even get home? Keys. Where did I come from? Maybe if I just walk in a direction, my mind would just take over and I'll show up home. My face was really hot, and yeah, I drank a bit, but I'm not drunk right now. I can do this. Pulling out my phone, I started walking through the rain. Rain? When the fuck did that happen? Siri, I slurred. Where do I live? You are currently 9.5 blocks from your home. Would you like directions? I rubbed my eyes, sleepy and drunk. Wait, I'm not drunk. I'm not. Yeah. Take me home. My phone went bright white with my provider's logo, and it shut off. Fuck. It's dead. Because that's what I need right now. Swearing on my phone, I shoved the piece of shit into my jacket pocket. Well, fuck my phone. I guess I can get to my house myself. I can. What am I doing here? I have work tomorrow. Damn, I can't even think. I sank to the floor and started crying, and the rain coming down a bit harder than before. Sure, I'll take care of my wedding face. The sky can ruin the rest. Teamwork. What if I have to stay outside for the night? I should have taken that damn cab. Stupid, stupid, stupid. What a shitty day. Looks like you might know a little about that though, huh? I looked up to the smooth voice above my pathetic lump of self. What? When my eyes cleared of the fog put there by rubbing my eyes too hard, I see a dirty blonde, being fairly tall. He he stooped down a bit to offer a hand. A bad day. Looks like you're having one. Are you okay? You have wings. The stranger chuckled, running his other hand through his perfectly messy hair, taking the umbrella with it. Yeah, I do. A pretty girl like you shouldn't be alone at night, though. Especially looking as good as you do right now. That's just asking for creeps. Got a way home, kid? I sat there, dumbfounded. Oh, yes, hand. I took it, and he helped me up. A bit too fast, I might add. I stumbled and almost tripped over myself, but his firm hand steadied me respectfully by my shoulders to keep me in place. Oh, he smirked. I think I see what's going on. Is there any chance you came from that bar right there? He gestured with his thumb. Still taking him in, I nodded. Yeah, I came from there. He nodded. Figured. Alright, let's get you home. I'll walk you. I am not drunk. Oh, right. I should tell him. I'm not drunk. You're plastered, kiddo. Kiddo? You don't look that much older than me, though. Wrapping his arm around my waist to steady me and bring me under an umbrella, he answered with, It's not just about that. You seem innocent, that's all. Now, where do you live? I can't walk you there if you don't tell me. My phone broke. He chuckled. Makes sense. You were sitting there with your head in your knees instead of in a cab. But what's your address? He had an amused smile on his face. Let me put it in your phone. That way I can see it. He pulled out his phone and let me type in my address. It took a few tries, and I could barely read, 'cause, being drunk and all. But I'm not drunk. I'm just tipsy. Promise. We started on our way under his umbrella. Not that it mattered, because I was already soaked from sitting in the rain just moments ago. Can I ask you what you're doing all alone outside a club, crying? His voice was smooth and amazing to listen to. I got stood up, so I called a friend to come to the bar I was at, and she brought her friends, but I don't like her friends, so I drank, and I couldn't get in the taxi with them, because there was no more room. Stood up? I could never understand how people could just bail. Get someone's hopes up, then just let them down. Hey, at least now you know they were never worth it. With every word he said, I started to tear up. It does suck to be stood up. He noticed my sniffling and pulled me into a side hug, half stabilizing me, half comforting me, while we walked. Damn, didn't mean to make you cry. I just meant you're worth more than that empty promise. I'm not good at talking, but hey, you're still under my umbrella. Looks like I'm doing something right. I don't know why the stranger was walking me home, watching after me. It made me feel better. I pulled away and looked at him, noticing the mess I left. Oh, I'm sorry. Your shirt? He looked down and laughed softly. Oh, it's no big deal. I like having cuties like you cry into my chest. Feel any better? Yeah, thanks. You look familiar. You kind of look like Hogs, and he's really hot. He's kind of my hero. Well, not personally, but he's my favorite hero. A fan? You mean I actually have those? He chuckled. It took a second, but what he said eventually registered. I? He smirked. A knowing smirk. Wait, you mean you're... I didn't get to look at him closely before now. It was dark and my eyes were blurry from how much alcohol was in my system. That and crying. Oh, damn, it really is him. Hawks, the hot hero, he said. I smiled like an idiot. Here I am, walking to my apartment with the number 2 hero. My favorite hero. I'm not drunk, I swear. He laughed and shook his head. Okay, kid, you're not drunk. But hey, do you want to fly and go faster? I don't think I want to stumble all the way there. Too slow. You'll do that. He closed the umbrella and tossed it aside. When he turned around, he scooped me up and spread his wings. Hawks waited until there was a break in traffic and started running down the street. He then launched himself and I into the air. Flying was amazing. The beat of his powerful wings was amazing. The man seemingly carried me. No effort. I clutched his jacket. I'm a little scared of heights. The flight was short because of how fast he was going, but I was giddy with drunken happiness. His arms around me. I was just staring at his perfect face. God, he's beautiful. When I told him which apartment was mine, he flew us onto the patio. We were drenched from the rain, and I didn't realize this until I stepped inside. It was cold. That warmth of my house burned my skin, and temperature shock. Weird. I didn't feel cold. An itchy burn slowly spread through my body. How annoying. I threw my jacket onto the kitchen counter, took my shirt off, and started furiously wiping my makeup ruined face with it. Damn good. Not bad. Little too forward, though, Hawk said. When I looked over, he was sitting on the kitchen counter, making himself at home. My face flushed at his intention. Sorry, I'm going to throw my clothes in the dryer. I have extra clothes you can borrow. They might fit you. You look... I was cut off by a hiccup. You look cold. Let me get him. Is that your way of asking me to stay over? Do you have somewhere else to be? I tardily challenged. I think my face gave away that I was nervous as shit saying that, but he didn't acknowledge it either because he didn't catch it or didn't care. No, ma'am, he cheekily replied. I have some sweatpants and a giant jacket. I was telling him while stumbling into my room, my voice raised so I would carry. I was still shirtless, but I only noticed that part when I opened the door and the air hit my bare stomach. Well, shit. Way to be subtle. I gave the clothes to him, and he went to the bathroom to change. When he came back out, he gave me his wet clothes so I could throw them in the dryer. I would like to mention that when he came out of the bathroom, he looked really good. His wet hair messier than before, the clothes hugging his slim figure, and just him, to be honest. He looked a lot different in casual clothes. It's hard to explain, but he looks sexier. Warmer. I'm glad they fit him, though. I always have baggy clothes to spare. Wait, you aren't wearing a shirt? Yeah. Sorry, I guess you forgot about the wings. I can't tuck them in there or they'll get cramped up. Oh, sorry. They're really pretty though. I'll fix it. I took the hoodie to the kitchen for the scissors and cut really long slits in the hoodie while he stood against the hallway wall, watching me. By now, I was coming down from a little from how drunk I was an hour ago. I returned the renovated sleepwear with a smile, and he put it on, shimmying his wings through the makeshift wing holes. Once he pulled his wings through, he took his hands and scuffed them through his wet hair, flicking water droplets everywhere. When he was done, he pushed it back so it would no longer be hanging over his face and flashed me a sweet smile. Your, your hair is still soaking, kid, and so is mine. Do you have any towels to use? Let me get 'em. I searched through the closet right next to the bathroom for towels and grabbed 2 large hand towels. We headed to the couch to get comfortable and dry our hair. He, in the same rough and speedy manner as earlier, rubbed the towel through his hair. I simply dried it as I normally would. When I was done, I saw Hawks look at me with a soft smile on his face and the towel sitting on top of his head, a few strands of hair covering his eyes. I stick to my claim that he's absolutely gorgeous. After situating PJs and all that fun stuff, I stood up and walked back into the hall. I looked through the towels in my room and walked back to the closet for blankets. I was about to call him over to see what blanket he wanted. I had some in drawers. When I realized his name wasn't Hawks, he has a real name. It just sounds so wrong to call him by a work name when we're just relaxing. Hey, Hawks. Yeah? He was switching through the channels on TV. I came out of the hallway, and he looked up at me. Using my hand to lean on the wall, I asked him, "What's your real name? You don't have to tell me, but it just feels weird to call you Hawks." I was cut off by a hiccup. A tired rumble of laughter came from the winged hero. Yeah, I guess so. My name's Takami Kade. I stood there in shock. He told me? I didn't expect an answer. I thought I was just going to get a mind your business. Huh. He smirked. What? Not as heroic as he thought? No, I just didn't think you'd tell me. Well, Kager, come over here and pick a blanket. I'm going to set up the futon. He got up and sort of sauntered himself over with his hands in the jacket pockets. I moved so he could pick a blanket, but while I was haphazardly and clumsily laying on the couch back to fit him, I started staring at his wings. They're so pretty. Having the couch set up, I started getting nervous about what I was about to ask. I cleared my throat, and he turned around with one of the fluffiest blankets I have. I was wondering if can I touch your wings? They look soft. I was red in the face and tugging on my sleeves. God, why is this so embarrassing? It's not a personal question. It's not a big deal, I think. He sat there with a cheeky smile on his face. Damn, kid, you're getting so worked up. You don't have to be nervous. I won't bite unless you want me to. Come here. He held his hand out to me. I tentatively took it. He gently pulled me out of the hallway and into the living room. He then pulled me closer and spread out his wings. Being this close to him, I could see the gold flakes in his eyes, even in the dim lighting. he also had quite a few scars on his knuckles. Looking back up at his face, there is a prompt white line in his neck. Damn, that cut must have been deep for it to set that white. Holy shit, he's beautiful. Sure, take all the time you need. Just a warning though, it will take a while to memorize this beautiful face. Taken aback, I couldn't help but let a short snort through my nose. He grinned. I would too. Alright then, let me walk you through this. Right here. I had stepped behind him so I could reach the base of his wings, where his hand was leading me. It is soft down where the feathers are at, but if you go out, they're smoother. That's only when they're in their natural state, though. I can make them harder when I want to. I was stroking his huge and outstretched wings carefully. They were so smooth. Despite him leading me to the soft ones first, I wanted to touch the joint feathers. He stood still as my fingers ran over the top of his wings, gliding the whole way. I walked around so I could see the front of his wings, and knelt to touch the long feathers at the end. I could see a lazy smile from the corner of my eye, and he flexed the end of his feathers. I gave a chuckle, satisfied with the feeling of his long and neat feathers near the ends. I moved back to the soft feathers. He shivered when I put my hand on the small of his back, opening the long slits in the hoodie so I could see where the wings joined his body. I leaned in for a better look and lightly touched his soft feathers. His breathing slowed down a bit and seemed to relax into my touch. They really are beautiful, I breathed. When I circled around to see him again, he had a calm, sleepy look in his eye. His wings tucked back into themselves and delicately crossed near the ends. Thanks. I gave him a sheepish smile. Anytime, kiddo. But you're gonna have one hell of a hangover tomorrow. I'm gonna get you some water. He went into the kitchen and rummaged around until he found the cups and filled a particularly large one with water. I sat on the futon watching the show he had on, which happened to be Hell's Kitchen, and curled up with one of the pillows. You're so sweet, Kade. My eyes were tearing up. He didn't seem to notice until he sat in the water in front of me that I was crying. He cringed. Oh, I forgot. Some people cry when they're, well, you know. It was no problem, sweetheart. I drank the water and suddenly felt so much better. The coolness went down my throat in mildly painful lumps because of how fast I was drinking it. I took 2 tablets of Advil from the bottle I had under the couch for these special occasions. I felt shuffling and looked over to see Kade getting comfortable and watching Hell's Kitchen. My eyes had been drooping for a while, and everything felt fuzzy, inviting, and warm. Without thinking, I sank next to him and fell fast asleep. Okay, so that is the end of the chapter 1. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this, please leave a like, or if you didn't, that's okay. Just tell me what I need to improve on, because I'm trying to improve. But yeah, thank you guys so much for clicking on this video. All credit and whatnot is in the description. And yeah, thanks so much. I just want to say, I have a Discord and it's in the description. Thanks so much for watching.